Nice, and Josh, so great to have you here in Berlin. I already said that. So we're all excited to see the movie today before the official start tomorrow. So maybe, Knight, you can talk about your writing process. How do you come up with ideas of these incredible movies? How is the process in developing?
Normally, it's different than this movie. Normally, it's kind of like, you know, for example, my next movie and the one after that, I have in a journal, like, it's kind of like a little bit like dating, and it kind of escalates in commitment. I'm like, first I'm like Tindering, and then it goes to like, okay, we're boyfriend, girlfriend, and then, so boyfriend, girlfriend is you get the journal, so the idea goes into the journal, then I'm a boyfriend, girlfriend. Actually, that's even more.
Yeah, when are you Instagram official? That's what I want to know.
Engaged is when I write the outline. You're engaged, you're intending, you know, and so far everyone that's gotten to engagement, I've married.
So we're going to continue this to Trap is now pregnant?
Our first child. But this was different. This was more of a conversation with me and Salika, my daughter. She's a musician, and you know, she's been touring, and she's been a part of our life. The music has been a part of our life. And I said, you know, can we do something different? Could you write an entire album to a narrative, and I could write a thriller to it, and then we could do something really immersive and kind of really different for the audience. And so she said she could, so I was thinking of a story, and it kind of came from that. I was like, ooh, maybe it's in an arena. Maybe we're trapped in an arena. And then I was like, why are we staying in the arena? Then I got to a character that might be trapped, and then so on and so forth. So it was a different process, but it created this energy about it that was really beautiful.
And the music is such a big part, I think, even from the trailer, and most of you can admit, the music is so strong that everyone leaves the movie, I guess I did, and is only thinking about, I want to download this soundtrack. It's so great, and it sounds like everything I know, but I don't know, and I think it's great to see a movie with a psychological thriller, but also a concert. So it's you directed both in one movie, right?
Yeah, you know, it's really interesting because I think what Salika did is what Josh did in the movie, which is create a kind of a mischievous, playful quality to her character and the music of the movie, telling you how to take the movie. It's meant to be very, very funny and humorous and playful, even though some of the subject is very, very dark. And Josh, you know, really brought out in the script all those notes of, you know, the playfulness, the mischievousness of this character.
So Josh, you played the villain, Cooper. Not only this, it has many different sides. I don't want to take too much, but how was it for you, and what did you think when you read the script for the first time? Were you already into the role and said, oh, I really want to do this, or was it maybe a bit of respect before starting shooting?
Both. I mean, I knew I wanted to do it, but I also had an enormous amount of respect for both the process and for Knight. I knew that if this was to work, it would take an incredible amount of faith in my director, and I knew that Knight was the guy to kind of put that faith in, so there was no question in my mind that it was going to be possible to create this character the way that I hoped it would be created. But also just our conversations were always kind of revolving around the tone, I think, at the beginning, and kind of figuring out. There were a couple of movies that he referenced that I tried not to watch because I didn't want to take anything from any other actors, but I had seen them before, so I had an idea of like what we were going for, and ultimately then just trying to make the character as bold and as psychologically sound, but also as much fun as possible, because the situation is so almost absurd, and it's hilarious, the situation, so it lends itself to comedy, and I thought it would be a very funny role to take on. So villain isn't the way I would describe him, but that's probably just me. I don't like Cooper, but I have a lot of feelings about Cooper. So we can get into that at a later date if any of you want to talk about it.
So many layers.
I think there's a lot of layers in this character. Some of them, I mean, you'll see.
Yeah, you have to watch the movie to realize that.
You guys should go see the movie.
Yeah, you should. So one last question. I already talked tonight about how was working with you and how happy he was working with you playing Cooper. How was working with Knight? Maybe you can share also a funny story or a crazy story on set that nobody knows yet.
Okay. Knight's coffee orders are the most insane thing you're ever going to experience. That's the only thing I'm going to say about that. I don't know.
I just started drinking coffee like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So I'm in my teen girl phase of drinking coffee. So the sweeter it is, the more it like has, it's barely coffee. It's like sugar with a little bit of coffee.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of sugar in there for sure.
Yeah, so I'm okay with that.
No, it was very sweet. But no, I mean, aside from that silly stuff, I was really happy to be able to work with someone who had both such a kind of intense and unique vision for the film, but also was as collaborative as Night is. I think the best filmmakers I've worked with are so confident in their own vision that they don't mind having conversations about every little aspect of the film, because they know that ultimately they're going to be the one making the final decisions. So it's always the directors that are a little bit unsure of themselves that lock down and don't want you to try anything new. But Night, you were so you're so engaged in allowing, not even allowing, like pushing me to go further with this, and then we'd find the flavor in there, and it was so freeing, and it was a lot of fun making this movie. In spite of the subject matter of this movie, as I've said like 50 times now, is fun and was fun to make. So yeah.
It's funny when I hear this, because I've kind of lived in the lane of genre for my whole career, and kind of like, hey, we're not doing serious movies. Don't look up. Those other filmmakers are doing all the really important movies. And I really love hiding behind genre, and then counting on you to feel that I spent forever picking that red that you're seeing on the outfit, and the choreography on the stage was thought out. Every single thing was thought out. That you feel that, and then it just rises from there. And the conversations that he didn't just come and play the role. We spent months talking about it and rehearsing, and treating it like the highest thing. But we're doing it in service of you guys having fun, and that all of that quality and all of that thought is in there to make it the depth of it. And then you come, in my experience, that makes you hopefully enjoy the ride when you're here, but then it stays with you day after day and year after year, and it sticks with you because you can feel that color red was chosen for a reason.
I think applause. I think you couldn't make us more enthusiastic and excited about watching the movie. It's so great to have you here in Berlin. Thank you for taking the time, and we don't want to spend too much time talking. We want you to see the movie, so thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you,
Excited
guys.
to be here. Thank you.